Alright, here we go. I think that's the scene I want. Yes. Alright, welcome to Code Hangout number 135, where today we're gonna spend some time with the stuff around puzzles, before and after. And yes, I've been working on that in the last couple of streams, but I have some feedback now, and I'm gonna look kind of specifically finalizing that part. So we want to have the beginning of the puzzle, going into the puzzle, finishing the puzzle, and then transitioning out of that puzzle and into the next one. So let me see, I had a meeting about it. So we want to remove the text at the end of the puzzle. We want to show the rules on the beginning. We want to get rid of the title in author because it's already at the top, and then if anything, we'll improve the stuff at the top. In fact, what I could do at the top maybe, because I don't want to have the clock here when on the initial thing. It's just confusing what it means, and it should be on 0 anyways. So let us get rid of the clock first. We're on the puzzle start, and we'll just do an animation for the clock, and then maybe we'll scale up the title and the author to take up that space. So at the start, we're gonna have an animation here, and I guess we'll just do a bunch of animations here. So with this animation, what does this do again? It slides the puzzle in, and the sliding in might make optional, so it doesn't happen on the first puzzle, although maybe something else will happen because we're coming in from the group menu, right? So maybe we'll still slide in. It'd be nice if we can just connect it. So, no, we don't actually, we don't know. So actually, never mind, go away. We're not actually gonna animate the clock in. The clock, yeah, these animations, I'm kind of building this weird animation system. I think I want to be able to load them in and then trigger them. So I could set them all up in one place, and then instead of starting them here and have all the definitions here, we could give them a name and then just say animation, start animation, and then just the name of the animation, right? In fact, we could do it with like a hold parameter, where hold just means, don't do anything, don't set it up, don't trigger anything. Because then we could have stuff like an on-init event handler, which sets up the clock to be off screen, and then when we trigger the animation, you know what? Let's do that. I've been having fun working on this animations thing. And if I'm having fun, I do good work. And when I'm doing good work, you know how it goes. All right. So what I want to do is, right now, start animation just does this. So what we could do is, we're gonna do another start animation here. And let's quickly have a poke at this clock element. So the clock is in here somewhere. No, that's the loader. It's inside this app element. Hey, Star17, how are you? It's been pretty decent. I did some fiddling with my computer and it worked out, so I'm very happy about that. It's still booting, and it's booting on a different drive now. So I'm very happy that that worked out and I didn't have a disaster. I scraped off some stickers from my SSD and I didn't break it. That was also great. Alright, game clock. I think that's all we need. So let us just do something with that, just so we have something to mess with. So right now, we probably want to translate it to something, right? So if we do this, and we'll say minus 20 px 0, and then we don't have an on-frame trigger, that doesn't seem to do anything. It's not inside the SVG element, right? So that's completely wrong. I guess we'll just do this. Like that. Okay. That doesn't do anything. Let's have a look. If I do this, right? And then down here, oop. Oh yeah, if it's not, I guess transform won't work unless it's like a certain display type. Block. Transform. Huh? Transform translate style. This should work. If this doesn't work, let's find out why. We'll just, actually we're just gonna do this. Here. And we'll just output that. Like that. And as usual, please let me know if the audio is good and whatnot. Yeah. And my computer breaks so easily. Yeah, I'm in a multi-month venture to very slowly upgrade my computer without stopping to work. Okay. So it looks correct. I'm guessing. Why does the transform on this doesn't form? Translate. Why does it not like that? anim.el, anim.el.style. Surely style is a thing. Yeah. Alright. That should be a string, right? And if we change it, we'll just do this. Minus 10px 0. Didn't that work? Yeah, okay. It didn't transform though. It didn't transform? And I find out why. Transform translate minus 10px. So I'm guessing it needs to be positioned relative absolute whatever. Oh no, I'm transforming it in the x direction. Okay, so maybe it's just working. But I want to transform it in the y direction. I just didn't notice it. Oh, I don't think we want to comment here. Yeah, okay, that just works, and I'm a dumbass. Good. Good. Better than the alternative. Dumbassery I can handle. Okay, so that should move it off screen. So the idea is now, well, we'll move it back down in some kind of animation. And here we'll just say from minus whatever. I think the height of the top bar. So if we do document dot query selector dot top bar dot client height. All right, so if I do this like that, that's the full height of it. Is that how far we want to move it? Probably not. We want to move it by our own height plus our own, but you know, it'll work. And then here, we'll do this again. We'll do this dot, and this will be negative. Oh, not this. anim.from px, right? And it should be gone. And then on frame, we'll translate it by 0. And then current.fixed pixels, and we don't have a scale. Like that. Right? Yeah. So now that slides in immediately. But now I want to add a new argument. And we're just gonna do a hold. Or play false. Play false. Does that make sense? Play false. Or autoplay false. Autoplay false. And then we can go back into the animation system. And then here we'll say if on-demand. So trigger is the animation has been not triggered. And trigger is where initialization happens. And we probably should call it on trigger. If we make that an internal thing. Now, update animated in progress sets current. That's fine. Undefined anim.start. Is not equal. If undefined is not equal to anim.start. So this checks if we should start, and it checks on the delay. And the trigger sets the trigger time. So no, we're not triggered at this point. So we should say if anim.autoplay not equal if false. Oh, no, the thing is, autoplay. Ideally, I don't want to check that in here. I want to check that when we're starting, right? So we should probably have some sort of playing trigger. So we should say anim dot we should say playing anim dot autoplay false is not equal to anim autoplay, right? So if autoplay isn't false, we assume it's true. It's true by default, right? It's a bit annoying because undefined, etc. So maybe autoplay defaulted, like having an Boolean element default to true is annoying because undefined is falsy, right? So I'm guessing we'll just call it hold play. Whoa, nope, that's not what I wanted. So we're gonna say playing is hold play is true is not equal to anim hold play. And then up here we're saying if playing, we skip the animation if playing. Do we want to check finish here? No. So we'll just say if not anim.playing continue. So that should now not fire the animation, but it should trigger the onInit. So onInit on trigger is now actually in opposition. And I wanted to delay it until we have timing information. But I guess we could do it down here instead. So we could just onInit triggers immediately when start anim calls, not in the next cycle. Does that make sense? Yeah, and then we'll do an on trigger here. So we'll do this, and then we'll do if function anim.onInit. We'll run anim.onInit here. The only problem is now that the update progress isn't run, but we can do that. We can run update anim progress here. And then here we'll do on trigger. On trigger. And then on start. Or should we be on play then? This should be on play. And then play is the beginning of the delay. All right. And then we'll, if we're doing start animation, and animation is a string. So let's say if I press this, I want to start that animation, right? So we need to give it a name, actually. We'll do name. Slide clock. Slide clock. Something like that, right? And then here we'll just do start animation. And let's get used to handling these as arrays, so we can reliably run more than one animation and treat them more like objects instead of individual invocations of this start anim function, right? We'll do the same thing here. And then this is gonna be that. And we'll have a simple string slide clock. All right, and then this is gonna break, hopefully. No, it's not gonna break. Should break. Interesting. Okay. So it's array yada yada, and if console.log anim type of anim, and then if type of anim equals string, we basically want to find the animation, right? So we'll do console.log animations.find name anim equals name, right? That should find the animation. If I press this, it's a string. We find the animation. Then we don't want to do this part with the animation already in there. We don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. And we still want to do that. So that's basically just our else clause. And then here we'll just say well, basically we can just do this, right? Anim equals this. If anim, I think find returns undefined, all right? If anim, if undefined equals anim, throw error animation, we'll lose the reference. Const anim name equals anim name equals anim. All right, this feels a bit verbose, whatever. But at least I can put this in the error message. Animation, anim name, not found. And this should be undefined. And I'm missing the right quotation marks here. All right, so now anim should be the animation. And anim.playing equals true. And then everything else should work. Now, we should probably... Well, if it's already true and if it's already playing, nothing happens, right? So that should just work. Yeah, and there it was. It slid down. Excellent. Okay. Now we're not fully dealing with the whole animation. Sorry, yeah, the whole animation life cycle, like starting, stopping, events, yada yada. You know, we're building it as we go along. We put in what we need. But it now means I can trigger this animation at a later stage. I can have init trigger here, and then I can have on play if I want to. Console.log on play. If I put that here, when I press this button, we should see on play. There we go. So we. Okay. I want to put this in a one-liner. but it lets me do stuff like this, right? I think car should also work here. Yeah. And then we want to ease out expo. It should actually be in out. Or should it be? I'm not sure. Just out. Probably not expo. We probably want to have something a little bit snappier for that. There we go. Duration. The puzzle slide, when we press it, is 800 milliseconds, so it makes sense. Okay. I wonder if we should... Did I? Now I'm wondering if I can combine like a puzzle slide in and out, that kind of thing. Like having an animation, because the nice thing about having animations be aware of each other would be that you can potentially interrupt an animation and then have another animation continue for where that object was, rather than have its own copy of the variable. But that's probably, might as well be using GSAP, the Greenstock animation library instead. Library? GSAP animation. Greenstock animation project? What does the P stand for? Greenstock animation P project. I use action script. Greenstock animation. What's it stand for? Greenstock animation platform. All right. Oh, that's the other P word, right? I'm getting warm now. I think. Oh. And now we can increase the size of the text. So if I make this a one-liner, I need a line for the setup, a line for the... oh, what's going on here? Oh, okay. That's like that. I need a line for the setup, a line for the from and to, a line for the init, and a line for the on-frame. Yeah. I mean, Greenstock basically takes care of this part. And it knows kind of how to handle translates and stuff. I mean, maybe we can do like a from to and we'll say animate transform or something, right? Transform X, I don't know. Anyway, so the next step is to figure out which element this is, and I can't select it because it's covered by the overlay. If I shorten the overlay, because I want to make this, leave this upper area interactive anyways. And then it'll make debugging a lot easier if I do that with the overlay. Okay, so page puzzle. We need the HTML pages, page puzzle, the JavaScript page puzzle.html. Maybe I should rename that to page puzzle as well. So we want the overlay to not cover. Now that's always 40 pixels at the moment. It's a bit annoying because I'd like that to not necessarily always have to be 40 pixels, but at the moment it is. If I look at the top bar, can I at least make that a variable? It isn't at the moment. Can I at least do it for the application? So top bar height. 40px, right? And then we'll do something like overlay, and the dialog overlay is how is it positioned with a height. If I say height calc 100% minus var this. Will that work? Yeah. Now, if I move it down, will it it'll move everything down, right? So then I should be able to do just pop this. And this should now work. Yes. Okay. Sweet, sweet, sweet. And now I can do this easily, so I don't have to dig through the DOM all the time. All the time. And then we can try to just scale puzzle name as well. So we can do we'll do title. Puzzle title. Or zoom title. We'll do hold play true. We'll do from, so it goes from, let's say 0. No, we want to scale it up to 1. And then this would be puzzle name. A bit loud in my own ears. How's the music? It's, oh, you said audio is great. So I should just not worry. And we'll do scale and do that. And maybe I need to spell that correctly. Token, what did I get wrong? Oh, no comma. I should just pre-comma everything. I'll overscale it just to do that. I wonder if I should ask it to on-frame. Kind of like we have hold play. We should be able to do something like frame on init true. So I can just leave that out for in times where it just uses current. And then we'll just say here, we'll do on init. And then we'll just say if anim dot frame on init, we'll do this. I think now I'm gonna make a helper for that as well. So we'll do we'll just do const anim trigger, and that's just anim handler anim name. Right, and then it's basically just this. If function anim name anim. We can probably just do that. Like that. And we'll just do anim trigger anim on play. Or shall I just say play, and then we'll do the name mangling in here. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll make it a little bit more elegant. So we'll do const handler name equals name dot uppercase 1 characters, JavaScript Pascal case. Is it just there's no built-in? Is there two lowercase, two uppercase, double barrel, uppercase first? Man, so many people have done that and there's still no built-in. Well, I guess it's the sort of thing that doesn't really okay, so we'll just do equals on name 0 dot to upper case and name dot twice 1, right? And then we'll just do if that, do that. handler name on yada yada. And then we can just do anim trigger play instead of on play. We can do anim trigger start and frame. And if I do that, it blows up. Did I get the syntax wrong here? Goes up, higher up. Wait a second. Page is common. Did I get a wrong character in here somewhere? Did I get something wrong in here? Name anim. I think the brackets are accurate. Did I? Sometimes I start typing and then I change. Yeah, I forgot a bracket. I started typing and I just. Did I not put the heating down? Apparently not. Alright, anime is not defined. Well, don't tell the anime fanboys. Where did I write anime? Here. Frame on start on play. Okay, looks like that's fine. If I just do this, I don't actually need that. I'll do that. And we'll just say if type of handler is function, execute handler. Right, that'll work. And then we can do that. Then down here we'll do that. And then if anim.frame on init, trigger frame as well. Yeah, there's something going wrong. And then anim. On frame anim trigger. Page puzzle, page comments, 77. So that hits anim trigger. Console.log. Trigger name handler. So trigger name is frame, handler is this, animation is that. Gonna be properties of undefined. 87 properties of undefined element. Parent element. Because the init didn't get set up correctly? Question mark? Cannot read properties undefined, reading style. So element is undefined. So it's the init that's broken somehow. So, well, that's slowly, step by step. Let's do a warn so we'll see it more easily. And I press the button. If I then do that again, it could be a timing related issue with the selector or whatever. So we have on init on a warn. So The on init never gets triggered. What? Still hot. Wrong zipper. So let's see. Why is... Because I changed it to frame. For some reason. I copied it down and just didn't update it. Alright, that's all working. So we can go back to the original version. Like that. Right? Boom. And all the triggers fire. Beautiful. Where am I logging them out? Here. Don't need to log them all out. And then the thing we wanted to add, if on frame init, will trigger frame. That. And why did I do all of this? I wanted to do something with on... Ah, yes. So I figured in the case of this, for example, right, slide clock, instead of having this sitting here in on init, we can do away with the style assignment and just have the EL assignment, hopefully, like that. And it should take the style assignment from this function. Why write that code twice when we already have it? So then we can do this, and we can do the same thing. Anim.current. Yeah, we can do the same thing here. Just by getting rid of all of this. Yes, much more elegant. Now, this one we can't quite, because we're not setting the top. Because the top is a separate thing. Except it's from this animation down here. Or is it? Is it? This is the animation that brings it down. Yeah, so this is the animation. So we should be able to basically bring this animation down, sorry, up here. Comment this one out. Give it a name. So name puzzle. This is puzzle down. Whoa, wait a second. No. We still need the other one. Okay, so that's the slide in left to right. The puzzle down is responsible for getting the puzzle to the top edge. We'll do this. We'll do hold play true. We'll do frame on init true. So that should just be this now. Okay, it doesn't slide in from the side, which we can bring back as a separate thing without the top assignment. Because if I don't have this up there, the top wouldn't be correct, I believe. Yeah, it'll slide it in low. But we can set up this like that. And then instead of having this down here, we can just trigger it with its name. And that just means we only have the definition once at the top, like that. And then we can get rid of that. This is now the same as that, right? That doesn't change. So we can literally get rid of all of that. And we'll just have to do frame on init. True, we don't need to label it or anything. Boom. Boom. Exit. Boom. Boom. Exit. Alright. Okay, alright. And... No, wait, the whole point was to get rid of that. Oh, but that's this... Yeah, no, that's this animation. Alright, and that's on frame. Frame on init. Here we go. Yeah, I'm almost like... One thing I wanted with gset is to be able to have an animation with multiple stages, like a timeline basically, and then just tell, move this object from here to here, from here to here. So you don't have to redefine all the other bits and pieces, you know? But for my little thing that I've built in like an hour or two, that's all right. Okay, and then the slide out is just run these two animations and we're done. Okay, so zoom title is that one. And full play true, frame on image true. And it should start like that, and it should be puzzle name. And it doesn't do that. So let's see what happens. What happened to the puzzle name? Puzzle name. I don't see the thingamajiggles here. So why is that? Why is that? Element puzzle name element.style .transform equals scale current to fix, and it's from to 2. From to is that not getting executed? Is it getting overridden? I'm pretty sure I didn't see a transform style on this. It could be that this element is getting changed later. So, well, let's find out. So we want to output that before and after. Here and here. And it goes from nothing to nothing. I look at that. Scale 2.00 px. The px makes this invalid. And here we go. How it works. Okay. Simple mistakes with easy solutions. That's what we like to see. No mistakes is a fool's errand, but simple mistakes. I love those. Okay, 1.4, 1.6, 2. And I have the PX back, okay. 1.6, 1.4. Now, I feel the zoomy zoom is happening in a odd place. So what if I say dot puzzle name, and we'll just say transform origin left? Nope. Transform origin. Transform CSS transform origin scale. Does it need to center left? Transform origin, center, bottom right, center left. It's possible that the element is just completely in a different place. So it's currently at 1.4 scale. If I do make it 1 scale. Wait, what? Why is it over there? Is it transformed already in another way? It's got that to translate x minus 50%. I hate that. I hate it. Okay, I guess we'll have to keep that in then. Man, I hate that. Can we do something like this? If I do this. But that'll go to infinity and beyond, isn't it? If we do this, it's gonna make like a crazy thing. No, because it's the cascade. All right, well, let's just put that in here for now. Fine. Okay. It's almost a little bit too far over now. I mean, we're gaining the space on the left, but is it? It's still centered. Okay, so as long as it's actually centered, I don't actually care. It just means that the longer the title... It's okay, it's because the author is off to the side and the title is centered. That makes it look a little unbalanced. What if we only zoomed the title itself and not the author? So what if we make this puzzle title instead? And then don't do that. And now there's something not quite right. Puzzle title, scale. It's a span. If we have puzzle title, display inline block. It doesn't move. It doesn't move the by Clover over. Yeah, the by Clover might not actually be there. So we'll maybe I'll just hide that for now. If I do this, right? And unfortunately puzzle title gets clipped, which is annoying. So puzzle name overflow visible flow flow nope. Puzzle name height 100%. How high will that make it? That's odd. Wait a second. What? I get rid of that. Get rid of that. Where does it sit? Max height 2.5, text line center, line height 1.15. I don't know why the line height matters, but we can change that. Should just be able to change it to auto, right? Ah, no, it doesn't. Wait, why is that? Oh, freaking cascade. Man, that's a flaw in CSS. If you line height auto is not a valid value. Normal. Still. Overflow. Ah, okay. What if I do overflow visible here? I probably just didn't have the right cascade here. Alright, that works. So now puzzle name is increased. Author isn't even there. We can even zoom it a little bit bigger. Although it won't work for longer titles, right? It's supposed to be centered. And the clock not being visible doesn't actually change anything about where it's centered. How can we do that? I guess we can just translate it over with the clock being gone, and then afterwards it just moves back in, right? So if we now translate it, so if we do translate x 40px, and then it's got to go back. So we'll have it from 40, 1.5 to 0 and 1. And then we'll just say current. We'll say X and scale. And this will be X. And this will be scale. Yeah, pages. Wait, what did I break from to current? Oh, we need a comma in here. All right. Check that. Don't miss any of the chat messages. Only T-star today. So now if I press that, it should animate zoom title, except I haven't triggered that. So zoom title, slide log, puzzle down. So, whoop. And now the title should be back in position. And then we could fade the author in if we wanted to. Really wanted to. But it affects the whatchamacallit. It affects the spacing. All right, well, it's not too bad. So we have a bigger title here, except now it doesn't work. Interesting. Create app setting is not defined. What? Oh, that's concerning. Ooh, my finger joint just locked up. Let's just see what it looks like. Why are you doing this? Cramping? I did see. Okay, so these start out big. Start puzzle. It doesn't go down in scale though. Anim string. I don't want that. Zoom title should go from 1.0 to 1. The scale. We'll play true puzzle title, zoom title. Back. Yeah, the animation after it's done gets removed. In the future, I might have to change that if I want to be able to replay animations. Okay. So, and now we'll have to do the same shenanigans on the other end. So the zoom title needs to now unzoom title. So on the correct dialog down here, and all the animations I'm doing underneath the dialog. So yeah, I guess I can do that here as well. Don't know why I'm doing it like here, but I might be able to reduce the complexity. Let us create a second copy of this and stick it down in this window, and maybe I can get rid of that. Does that? It brings off things off screen. I forget that is not part of your play. Well, at least we can do this. So this is now the correct dialog in animation. And we should be able to simplify a few things here as well. So for example, this whenever the initial transformation is the same as what's happening down here, we should be able to just completely get rid of it and just add our little flag, frame on init equals true. Do that. Like here. And then can we do the same thing here? Yeah, that should be current instead of from. And then we'll just add that here. And this one, scale from dot to fixed. Frame on init, transform equals fixed. Right? And here we don't even need progress. So start. Finished. Okay. So let's try to do the same thing. So as we are finishing, we'll need to do the animation to the big title and the slide clock, right? So let's just add these here at the top. So slide clock is now going to be in reverse. And in the future, it would be nice if I can just reuse the named animation and just tell it to reverse it, you know? So this would be from 0. From 0. Ah, no, but here... no, never mind. We don't actually want to remove the clock. Doesn't mean we can't increase the title either. Well... Because we actually want the clock showing. Although, we might bring the clock downwards rather than push it off the screen. Because if I get rid of the author name, we might not actually care that the clock is there or not. Let us rezoom the title though. So let's zoom the title. And we'll just do the zoomy. We go from 1 to 1.7. Right? Well, don't do the translate. And now we kind of just want to zoom it in, right? So we'll start it. 6. And it didn't do the zoom title. Because we said hold plates true. I'll do that. This waited. Why did that wait? We don't actually want a delay on that. Puzzle down. Shouldn't have a delay. Hold on play frame in iteration. Ease. Iteration. What is this one? And you know what? I think I'm going to add names to all of them because it'll help me to remember what this is for. What does this do? Board. It's the board scale. So, zoom board. So this is out. Wait, puzzle down. No, the Wait. Boards. Okay. Board slide in. Slide in. That's the one which slide in from the right to the left. It slides the board in. If I save this, it brings in the board. Boom, very quick. Now here, the puzzle down is an in-out expo, and I think that's why it feels weird. It pauses, moves, and then slowly starts up, moves, and then, while the other ones are just like, right? So if I press the button, yeah, these immediately scale down. So if we just do an out expo here as well, maybe it'll feel snappier, even though it's the exact same timing as the other ones. Yeah, everything just moves into place, right? And then we'll do the back. Yeah, we have the same because it does the in and out. So it actually just is it's the same timing, but it feels snappier. We'll do that, and then we'll do that. Boom. All right, so we'll try to make them as similar as possible. So zoom title in, zoom title. No. Zoom title. Yeah, wait, hold play true. No, that's zoom title out. And then this is zoom title in. We've got the zoom title. Let me automate the second animation now. I had this somewhere. It was on one of these events here. If I do this, it should go straight to the out dialog. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we have zoom title in. The clock is not visible at this point because we didn't execute the other animation. Fine, we'll deal with that in a second. This will be the puzzle. So name puzzle up. Right, that brings the puzzle up. The top thing now we'll make also part of the other thing, the other animation, which is the slide out animation, right? And the slide out animation gets triggered up here somewhere. So that's the slide out animation. And then we'll do, what did we call it up here? We'll call it board slide in. We'll call it board slide out. So this is going to be name board slide out. And then we'll do a frame on init true. And we'll do a hold on start. And I think that should actually be afterwards. And I'm gonna reorganize these eventually for consistency. So board slide out. Okay. And then it's this. And then here we'll just start animation. Instead of doing all of this, we'll do board slide out. And I'll probably have to change, whoop, what am I doing here? I'm gonna have to change all of this, not to work on the actual visuals, but to work on clones of the visuals. So we can basically load the puzzle in the background, the next puzzle, while we're doing all of this. Okay. Wait, didn't see it. And boom, slide out. Okay. Now board slide out, we might actually want to ease different. So what's the original slide out? It's an out expo. We probably want to make that an in expo, right? Because we don't see the end of the animation anyways. Where did I get a peep? P is not defined. In pages. What do you mean P is not defined? Okay. 2, 4. And 38. 38. 30. Oh, I know. He is not defined. Wow, okay. I put it in there. I never actually used in Expo. Interesting. We'll probably. And okay. Not the effect we want, but we could just speed it up. Wait a second, so yeah, okay, so that's definitely too big, so we need to kind of tune that in, and we might have to make that dynamic as well, which is going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. So it might have to be adjusted to the text, and it should calculate the scaling factor. Should also be a bit further over. Yeah, okay, I can't do that with the automatic start of the dialogue because it doesn't show me exactly what it looks like, right? If I do start, zoom title not found, okay. So, zoom title in. Oh yeah, because I renamed it, right? So we have zoom title, so we have page, the puzzle down, zoom title out. Like that. If I say start puzzle, and we'll do 4. Boom, boom, boom. We might just bring the clock downwards, to be honest. And then it breaks. Because we're on the last puzzle, right? If I go here, start puzzle, slide down. The slide puzzle up isn't working. Puzzle up. Puzzle up. Because we're not doing the top here. No, we do have to do top here. What was I thinking? Yeah. Okay. Let us, before I go further on this stuff, let me go back to this. So we'll say, remove puzzle title author from start dialog. So let's do that actually, because the whole point of making the title bigger was that we can actually remove it from the dialog itself. So the dialogue now should not have this anymore. And it shouldn't have this either. Okay, but now we need rules. So we actually want to do this in a div with children, so we can make it scrollable, right? So we'll do this covers, and it's we'll just call it, I don't know, scroll text, and then we'll hope that we can sort that out after the fact, like that. And this also needs to have the rules text in it. And we need to replicate that from the regular startup dialog, which I think there's dialog start A, which had the rules in it somewhere. Get rules, here we go. Boom. Rules true. Figure out how that needs to be in here. All right, style. And we'll probably style these in CSS. So we'll do this. Class equals pre-text. Class equals rules. Rules. And then we'll just get rid of all of that and hope for the best. Okay. And we'll probably... Does this have... It probably has to be class name instead of just class? Or maybe not. Maybe not. So let's do dot rules. We'll do dot pretext. We'll just say margin 0.5 rem 0. We'll probably want to have 1 rem left and right, something like that. And then we'll probably add like some sort of marker. So maybe we'll do something like we'll do like an h2 class rules title in HTML rules, like just like that. And then we can do rules title rules good. Rules title pop, which will and then we'll do 0.5 rem, 1 rem, like that. No, that's so that's left and right. What? If I do this 0, is that the left margin? Yeah. So that's the bottom margin. So that's the top margin. So we want this to be 1 rem. Okay, and we'll probably, I don't know, we'll figure it out. And if the text is super long, we'll just say, if I do this and then do repeat 3, repeat 5, how do we do scrolling text without having the buttons push to the bottom? I guess we'll... Let me do overflow here. What is the whole thing called? Scroll text, here we go. Dot scroll text, overflow, Y, auto. How do I make it maximum height, yada yada? CSS make div max height and scroll. I guess I'll have to make the button below do we need to have do I have to use I might have to use flex stuff. Let's one sec, let me just The bottom element is what exactly? We have the scroll text, and then we have the dialog options. If I say overlay full dot dialog options, I think the fixed thing does say takes care of that already, doesn't it? So if I go to the only annoying thing is it does the background, but maybe we can change it with styling. So let's not add something that's already there. So there's some sort of fixed option, I think. Fixed is also a name, a word we use a lot in. Okay, that's not great. What is it called? And look at that. Not fixed then. Static? Static. Oh my god. What's it? I removed it specifically. Show dialog. Show dialog. I just bounce around a couple and find it. Enter overboard. Justify style. Options. Did I just add it as a style to sticky? So if I just make it class sticky, it scrolls everything though. We don't want that. Don't want to scroll everything. Okay, I can look at the sticky thing as a guide, how that works, but position sticky. Okay. So if I want to do this, then dialog options, background red. Let me just make sure I'm looking at the right thing. If I make this background red, and I scroll down, there it is. If I do position, if I say bottom 0. Okay, but the problem right now is that the whole dialog is bigger than what we want to allow. 692. How big is the app? 732. Wait. Cover is 35. Dialog 692. Cover 359. Project 372. 359. This is bigger. So if we do it on the scroll text, we'll say bottom 50px. And if we'll say position relative, I don't want the whole thing to scroll. Bottom 200 pixels. No, I need to do display flex, don't I? If I don't want this to scroll. So right now the whole dialog is scrolling. Can we stop that? I want the button not to, okay, if we stop the dialog from scrolling. If we say dialog, but let's just go here for a sec. Dialog overflow, right? So now we shouldn't have that weird scrolling going on. And we'll have top 0, bottom 0. I don't know why bottom is 0. If I do top 0, it goes there. Go there. If I don't... Dialog options. Wait, dialog overflow hidden. Wait a second. What's going on right now? We have the dialog here. We have the cover here. And then scroll text is sitting here for some reason. If I don't do this, do this. Overflow for scroll text. We have the bottom 200 pixels. Position relative. Top 0. Bottom 200. So if I do the dialog relative, it completely disappears? What the hell? Where's the dialog? Dialog, top 0, bottom 0. How's the dialog 0 height now? Because it's inside this. Inside overlay. Oh, the cover is inside the dialog. Wait a second. Cover is positioned absolute. Overlay full. The cover is inside the dialog. Okay, wait. If I don't do it in dialog, then maybe I can do it all in cover. Because what am I doing with the cover, right? Background red. What's the cover for? Bottom 0. Bottom 40. Overflow hidden. Overflow hidden. Position absolute, overflow hidden. Now dialog options here, right? So if we do position relative and then top bottom 0. Okay, now if it's bottom 40 minus 40. Dialog options. Dialog options. No, not dialog options. Scroll text. What am I doing? Scroll text. Here. Okay. And where's the rest? So we have this. We have scroll text, and then dialog options are off the screen. If I do this, that doesn't seem to do the trick. Why? Cover is, oh, we have bottom 40. Position relative, position absolute, position relative. Top, bottom. Oh, we have, what the heck? Oh, position, what am I doing? Bottom 10. Why is this bottom 200 not working? Right. Man, I tell you, I used to know CSS better a long time ago. Why does height work, but top and bottom don't work? Top and bottom should work the same way. And it should be relative to whatever is... maybe because this is position absolute. Do we even need this to be position absolute? So if I do this bottom 0, bottom 0 is, now cover isn't absolute relative to the whole thing, right? Dialog takes the whole thing. Cover, we want bottom to be 0. And why does it not do that? Is it because dialog isn't position relative? No, this needs to be absolute. Right. This should be absolute. Then this should be 140 position relative. Not height. Button. But bottom should work. CSS bottom. Why does bottom not work? To do it, I want. First, the footer diff isn't at the bottom. I've changed font size. Works the way intended to. Adding bottom in height, box sizing, border box position relative, position absolute footer. So, do we want this to be positioned absolute? Absolute. The thing is, we don't want to have to tell it where to position it. Upwise. And this part, if I go scroll text and like in the order that these things are actually being used, then I do this and I say bottom 0, right? It'll look like that. And if I make this 100, it'll look like that. And this is not centered for some freaking reason now. Dialog options. Width 100%. Bottom 0. Bottom 60 pixels. And of course, those sizes now are all over the place. I should really be using a flex layout there. And now this should scroll. And it does. Yeah, I need to figure out how I want to size all these things. Because obviously on mobile, everything could look however, right? But I think for now I can hack it in like that, and then I'll sort that out later. I get rid of that and that. What do we end up with? And if I make the text even longer, right? Yeah. Yes. If we go back to the short phone. 1 sec. Let me push anything coming in. All right. Also, we need to figure out how to bring this stuff in gently. Okay. So at least now we know we probably want to have a little bit of padding here. So scroll text probably should have some sort of top padding. Padding top to rem like that. How about that? Ugh. It just looks weird. Probably don't need that. We'll figure it out down the line. Alright. We might want to have to color it or something so there's some sort of visual distinctiveness. Something Borg. Hey Shelby, how are you doing? Okay, let's go back to here. Remove title author from style dialog. Done. Remove post text. So I don't think it's even showing right now anyways. So that might be easier than I might imagine. I have my testing iPhone over here. It's just kind of flashing up every once in a while, and it's just so irritating, and I have no idea why it's doing that. Connected to a Mac that's off. I don't know. Let me just shut it down. I had it on recently because I was doing some testing. So, reported errors on iOS. Yay. All right. So on the dialog out, I don't think there's any post text right now. So the parts come in here. There is post text. There just isn't. There is and there isn't, if you know what I mean. And then we change this to success. Success, and you know, down the line we might add some emojis and whatnot. So here, boom, success. We'll probably center that. Let's do this now. That. Boom. Boom. Success. Okay. Then, so that's done. I'm just gonna follow this list quickly. Remove text, those text, done. We didn't have any, so no biggie. Show rules on the next tree text. Okay, so these were the primary items. So now it's basically just, no, don't want to say that. Now it's basically all about cleaning it all up, right? So we'll start up. This still looks weird. Probably we just need a visual separation there. So we'll start the puzzle. Do we wanna fade the dialogue out? What would that look like? Let's try that actually, because it would mean keeping the dialogue alive while the animation is running. So in here, instead of executing this, we should be able to do, let's just do that. And let's just try, like, I haven't done a fade animation yet, so that'll be an interesting exercise. We can do fade dialogue. And then we'll do full play note. We'll go from 1 to 0. And we'll basically grab the top level, I guess. Hey guys. Oh, hey babe. Second, I thought you brought Toby in, and I'm like, why is he yawning? One sec. Alright, Toby's gonna have a good time. Oh my god, it's already 8. Alright, we gotta fade this in. So we want the board, we want the dialogue, right? So, actually, let's get the dialogue so we know what we want. So, here we go. The dialogue. So we could fade everything. Do we want to fade everything? Probably. We can just do .query select for dialogue overlay, and then we'll just do the car, and then it'll just be el.style.opacity equals r.to fixed 2. Like this. And I got something wrong. This probably shouldn't be there. Okay. Now, at this point, the dialogue is still there, and I won't be able to click on anything. Okay. So then, I think we haven't used the on whatever, on end, on start, on play, on finish, animations.if, blah blah blah, animations.splice. So we'll do this, and we'll do animations. Splice, but we'll trigger anim finish, and here we'll do on finish. We'll just do what here? What am I doing here? Framework close dialog. I think that's all we need. If I go in here, fade, and then we're done, right? And everything is in. And fade. Sweet. And then we can do the same thing on the other side. And we'll probably try to set all of these up at the start here. So he will just say, I hope that you don't hear this terrible crackling that I get in my head every now and then. I really need to take this microphone apart. And we'll just say frame on init. Sorry, hold play. I think frame on init was supposed to go first, and then hold play goes second. I'm gonna do that here, and here, here. And then we'll just add fade dialog to our list of animations we're gonna fire. We don't need to define them here. Oop. Because the dialog doesn't exist yet. Now, why did I move this underneath? I don't know. But it should work. Okay. Now, the only issue with that is that the fade dialog might feel weird, because like it might, like people might try to click at a time when the dialog is still there, even though it's completely invisible. So probably what we want to do is either we'll fade it out differently, or we'll fade in the puzzle shortly after, or we'll just fade out so fast that it's not even an issue. The easing, right now the easing I have is quite aggressive. So maybe we'll just do a linear ease here. So let's see, if we do a linear ease, what does that feel like? It'll be weird because everything else isn't linear, right? But it might slightly better represent that things aren't available to be clicked yet. Now the thing is, the puzzle as it zooms, is it usable? I think it is. So we could just make this a little bit shorter than the other animations. You know, like this. Oh, something was weird there. Okay, there's definitely a potential problem here. Where, something weird is happening. Probably the selection doesn't like... Yeah, probably the system doesn't like the board moving. Is that possible? Yeah. There's an issue here where we don't want the player to interact with the system while the animations are playing. Because the other thing I was considering is to have the colors changed slightly. To just make it duller or something, right? To make it clear that it's not interactable. Yeah, the whole page loader, I'll have to get rid of it. It's already annoying me. So we'll fade the dialogue. Then when we're finishing, what did I say I was gonna do? Yeah. So when we're finishing, do we also want to fade, or is it too much moving, fading, yada yada? Let's see what it looks like, I guess. So I guess we'll do the same thing here. We'll put in a named animation, and then we'll do whatever. Except here, it'll be... Oh. Now, I staggered them here. Board slide out happens here. The first thing is this. So if we do the fade in the time before this first slide happens, and we'll probably should order it in the same sort of thing. Do that here. And then we don't actually need an on finish. And we'll go from 0 to 1. And we don't even need to hold play in this case. We'll just do it, right? We'll start it. And it fades to white. We'll go to here. We'll start. I mean, it's not horrible. Even the loader doesn't bug me too much. The loader is actually the per page loader. Do we actually need it at this stage? Like, I wonder what it would look like if we just don't have it. Because right now, for the loader to work, it kind of changes everything, brings in the loader. And if we can make sure that the page is more or less clear, maybe we don't need the loader at all. Like, maybe we can skip unloading, just have the page displayed. Ah, no. Because, yeah, I guess what we would need to do is, instead of the loader, we would need to have a copy of the page visible while we're loading the next page. Similar to what I was doing with the slide in, slide out system, except now without the sliding in, sliding out. So kind of, we have the show loader. So if we get rid of the show loader and hide loader, right? The big issue really is that unload happens before load happens, right? So unload happens, and then let us... It breaks when I remove show and hide loader. But show and hide loader doesn't do anything. It literally just hides the app loader. So it shouldn't really do anything. That is so bizarre. 8. Puzzle. Next puzzle is undefined. Oh. So start. Boom. Yes. Continue. Yeah. So the start dialog doesn't have any fade in on this stuff. Now the dialog itself, we don't actually need to fade in because we're switching over from the already faded in end of puzzle dialog. I still need to figure out how to transition into the first puzzle, but we'll leave that for another time. So I'm more concerned about the in-between puzzles. Like the text just appears. We could just fade, like we could have the dialogue and then just fade in the contents of the dialogue. Let me remind myself. So what does it look like? We go from here. Oh, I don't like it sliding down into the dialogue. Yeah, that's bizarre. Wait a second. The fade doesn't seem to work now. What if we just slide it downwards instead of fading it in? It'll slide quite fast. We also need to figure out exactly how high up the puzzle needs to be. Maybe we'll switch to a taller phone, or can I go to responsive and just do this and see what it'll look like? Not too bad. Let's see. Right now, the top of the puzzle is simply a percentage, right? It is this. I mean, that's how far we need to slide it down. So instead of... let's see, where are we? I'm kind of lost. Dialog, no, we're gonna look at the other one. The nice thing will be once the system is far enough advanced, hopefully all these animations can go into like a separate place, you know? So for example, here I'm just realizing I'm animating the board twice. Yeah, but these are two different animations. Okay, so I cannot combine them. We have the game clock, puzzle title, and the overlay. So fade dialogue out. And this is what we're playing at the end of the thing. Fade dialogue out. Now, if the name doesn't exist, I think it'll throw an error. Can I ignore the error, or does it? I think it throws, right? Yeah. Instead of throwing, for now, let's just output a warning. Or just output an error in the console. And then, should we skip? Actually, we can just do this. Boom. Yeah. So what we want to do now is we want to slide the thing down. I mean, I guess we could still fade it, but we can also slide it down, right? And then we'll just do this. We'll do opacity. Right, like that. Opacity. What does it not like here? Just a timing issue. I don't like those. And we'll do if we transform 100 vertical units, or well, 48%, I guess. So we'll do 0. Wait, if top is 48, how far do we have to transform it down? 62, surely, right? So 48 or whatever. 48%. So 52 to, or 0 to 52. And then this will be top. And then we'll do object.assign l.style opacity and transform, whatever, transform dialog overlay. I guess we can transform that. Can we just do top? Is that ever okay to just do top? Top, but 2 fixed, 2 the X. If I do this, do that. If we fade it from 1 to 1 to see the slide. Ooh, 48. Not pixels, percent. And then maybe we can do it out expo as well. Then it kind of moves quite quickly. And if we fade it while we're doing, whoop, ooh, almost too fast. It's too fast. What if I do it super slow? What if we do it at a different speed? Visual JavaScript easing. Are these the ones from this? Yes. Ease in out quad. So what do we want? We want out, in, out quart, quint, out cubic, quadratic, cubic, quartic, quadratic. I have one with previews, I think. Game dev, visual. These, I think, have previews, right? So, these in quadratic. Quadratic. Exponential. Expo. Yeah, so Expo is really aggressive. Expo. Cubic. So exponential is like this. So maybe cubic or quartic? Quartic. A little bit more than cubic. Man, it's a subtle difference. Let's try cubic maybe. We'll do these two. Let's do the in-out as well, just for completeness sake. Let's do these. Maybe I'll just separate things so I can do search and replace more easily. Rid of this, rid of this, rid of this. We'll get these. Right. Elapsed will be our P. Replace with P. P. Fall. initial value we'll replace with 0. Amount of change we'll replace with 1. And duration we'll replace with 1 as well. These we don't need. These we don't need. And then we'll mathematically eliminate anything superfluous, like 1 times p divided by 1. It's just p times p times p. And so we can get rid of. P divided by 1 we can get rid of. That. Wait. Here. Minus 1 plus 1. Here. I think get rid of this part. Or is it p is equal to p minus 1? It's probably this, right? P is equal to p divided by 1/2. Divided by 1/2, so it's really multiplied by 2. 0, 0, 1/2 times plus 2. Or is it 1 divided 2 times? Wait a second. Gotta be careful. Is this divided? No. So because it's an equality sign, these might as well be in brackets. So this is the same as multiplying by 2. You're sure about that? This is half time. No, this is 1 over 2 times all of this. Or is it half time? 1 divided by 0. I don't know. If it bugs out, I'll change it. Alright, so that's this one. Instead of the if, we'll do a trinary statement. And yeah, boring programming stuff, ignore. Unless you're here for that, then, you know, enjoy. Or ask questions or whatever you need. Alright, here we go. These streams haven't been crazy interactive, have they? In, out, quad, in, out, expo, in, out. Does that work? Expected identifier. Question mark. Well. Missing comma. Here we go. So, ease. We'll do this. Ease out. Cubic, I think, is what we wanted. So, puzzle down. No, not puzzle down. What am I doing? Dialog fade out. Ease out cube. Yeah, super slow at the moment. Boom. Choo. Is this too fast? It feels too fast. Should I make it a little slower? Problem is, what if we don't fade it to 0? What if it faded to 0.3, for example? What if we don't execute on finish? Yeah, I thought so. I thought it wasn't going all the way to the bottom. What's going on here? What are we moving even? Overlay, right? Top is 52%. Now the cover is, we'll have to do some maths. Its top is 48. 52 plus 48 is 100, right? But it's relative to the dialogue. We need to add the 40 off the whatever, right? There's something else we can do. What if I make the bottom, so instead of top, if we make it bottom, right, and we move it from 0 to minus 100%. Minus 100. So if I do this now, it doesn't move for long. Because I didn't call it bottom, right? Alright. Bottom fixed isn't working. We're moving this minus 100% bottom. Margin bottom maybe? Margin bottom. Margin bottom. Margin top. Margin top 100%. Margin top 100. Vertical height units. Okay, what if we do this then? Vertical height, margin top. If I do this, if I do it really slow, will it tell me anything useful? Unless I move it back up now and say, okay, if I do it at 90, do I see some of it? Put it at 60, 30, 40, 50, 40, 50. So 50 would just move it off the screen with safety margin. So if we do it at 50, we should be okay. Boom. Fades out. Or we move it sideways. Maybe we should move it sideways. It'll be faster. And we know it's not variable or whatever. Alright, what if we do it sideways? Left. Or just X, right? So what if we do it left equals X minus X%. And then we can go back to 0 to 100, right? I do this, we'll slide off. Scroll bar sliding is a little bit weird. Boom, okay. But it's accurate. So if we go back to full speed, boom. But it's weird because the puzzle slides down and that slides over and it's, No, we do want to slide it down. Wait, what if we slide down the same amount as the puzzle? No. No. What if we increase the 48% to 100? Where are the 48% on the cover? So what if we start with this overlay full cover and we go from 48 to 100, and that is what? Top. We go back to top and we'll just say top, and make it percent. The button won't move with it because the button is attached to where? Not the cover, apparently. The button, what did I do with the button? Position absolute. Position relative. Oh. But then it moves. Wait, we'll slow it down again. How does it move? Why does bottom 0 not work? It's relative to what? Dialog options lists relative to cover. Cover has position absolute. And it has a bottom of 0. And dialog option has a bottom of 0. Now the cover is here, and dialog options bottom not 0. So unless the bottom is being reset elsewhere, position relative, bottom 0. CSS position relative bottom 0. How do we make bottom 0? Yeah. The main style will need a relative position applied to it. As mentioned, you can't position bottom 0 with relative positioning. It needs to be absolute. CSS position attach to bottom. Yeah, that's what I want. Like that. In top auto. Bottom. No, can I not? Oh, if it's using. I thought I'd. Okay, well, let's bite the. Let's bite the bullet. So this would be display flex, right? And then flex direction column, yada yada yada. Like that. Makes sense so far. Justify content space background, yada yada. Bottom diff doesn't seem to be flexed in and of itself. So if I do this, so position diff, CSS flex, bottom element, middle. We want a bottom element and then a middle element, line self flex end. So we do this, and we'll say line self flex end, but does this need to be flexed? Yada yada, right? Flex fixed header footer. That's what we want. We want a fixed header and a fixed footer, and then scrollable in between, right? So flex overflow 1 takes the remaining height of the container. So we'll do overflow auto section takes the visible area of main. Header footer. Header container. Header takes the remaining height of the container div. What do you mean remaining height? What do you mean? That's exactly what we want. So main, which is our scroll text, right? But instead of this, we'll do flex 1. Flex is past my time. Overflow Y auto. That'll look like what? Well, not right. It's not right. Height 100%. How high is the flex container, which is cover? How high is cover? 409. 409. Up 48%. If I do bottom 88%, or height 40%. Oh, what am I changing cover? Why height 40% is a problem? Yeah, okay, so if this is height 50, which is 2% short of the total, okay, then we'll have this. But our flex thing is not working. So this scroll text is overshooting, unlike what they're showing here. So if I do overflow auto main flex 1 overflow auto, cover is, the full height. So top 48, bottom 0, height 52%, right? And then header footer should just work. So we should be able to just get rid of that. Like that. That obviously doesn't work. Make this 50. Yeah, so I see the end of it. I don't see where dialog options would be. And I don't see why that wouldn't overflow. Is it just not overflowing because... No, but in this example, it is bigger. The sections are larger. Flex direction column. We have that here. Display flex. We have height 100. Need to make it take the parent side. Alternate body display flex. Alternative body display flex. Takes the remaining height of the container. Main header. Main footer. The problem is because he's using header and footer, I don't know if it has already automatic styling associated with it, which is annoying. So does header, if I change this to a div, class equals header, like this, and I'll change the style wherever that lives here from header. Well, there isn't any style really, it's just the color, so it should be fine to just change it to div, right? Unless header and footer has some special styling that it's using. No, doesn't. It just freaking works. Display block, flex 1 overflow auto, right? We have on cover, display block, overflow hidden. Width, display. Oh, wait, flex section. Display flex is what? Oh, I misspelled it. Are you kidding me? Oh, God damn it. Okay, and it just fucking works now. Can I use bottom 0 now as well? Yeah, this works. It even shows a scroll bar instead of my own custom scrolly thing. How can I... Oh, because it's responsive, right? If I go back to, let's say this. Okay, so this is the mobile simulator thing. Okay, if I go back to here. And then, okay, do I need bottom 80? I don't do that now. Top 0, I don't need that either, right? Okay, and it doesn't move the button down right away. We'd have to make it a fixed height. Or we literally just choose transform, right? So if I go from 0 to 52, and then instead of doing top, call this Y, we'll do transform, and we'll just do translate Y, and percentage. Can we translate by percentages? Maybe not. Okay. Let's do it slightly faster. So I do this, right? And then I'll check in on where we're at. And I'll look at cover. We've translated 52%. The problem is translated 52% what? If we use vertical height units, so if we do vertical height units, that's what we want to move by, right? Oh, that's pretty good. If I do this in 800 milliseconds, does it line up? Kinda. I'll go back to this one. And I'll do this. Feels still, you want it to be gone a little bit quicker. Do we want to go back to Out Expo now? Maybe. Oh, because I'm not actually closing the dialog. Alright. We need a way of like signaling that the board is not interactive or not. Definitely. Success, yada yada yada. Okay. All right, it's slowly getting there. And we probably want to do something similar with this dialogue too. So we probably also want to have the fixed bottom area. Fixed bottom area. How are we laying these out? So the options should... They don't have any special... is it because of class sticky now? We need to that down here as well. But do this, and then this. Ah, no, wait, that's the dialogue start. Never mind. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Show dialogue correct, that's it. So, we don't have options at the bottom, do we? We do. We have the continue option, right? And it's not fixed to the bottom because we don't have the scroll text. So instead of scroll text, it's because it bugs me, we're gonna rename that to something more sensible. We're gonna scroll area. Right? And we'll call it scroll area. Like that. Don't need this here, no? It's a lot simpler. Don't know if there's anything over here we can do better now. Play flex. I don't know. And we don't need that either. And then we'll work out the details later. So now we'll do the same thing at with the bottom dialog here. Where are the parts? We'll have... Is the title... No, the title is not part of the scroll area. We'll start the scroll area here. And we'll finish it... Which brick? Here. Right? We'll have our commas here. What does that look like? Boom. Boom. We don't want horizontal scroll bars when, yeah, overflow X auto, overflow Y hidden. Can I just overflow hidden auto? Hidden auto. Can I just do that? I do this, boom, and then we get horizontal scroll bars. No. So wheat. Self counter. We need to get rid of that. So find solve counter for me, please. And we're looking in the wrong place. Find solve counter in this project with a space, please. Solve counter. So counter element goes in here. We can potentially just pretend it doesn't exist, right? So for now we can just go in here. And if I look at the solve counter here, does it have any fancy styling? Solve counter ID. We have some on element styling, which we might have to override. But we can just display hide it, right? So we can just say a full dialog solve counters. I think we need to, for now, just have them gone. For now. Yep, Mark. Wait, you're posting that in Discord. Are you even watching the stream? Get in the stream. I need the viewers. God knows I need the viewers. Alright, self counter still visible. Why? And how? Why how? Display none, display block. If I do display none importante. Oh no, that works. Okay, sweet. Importante. Boom. Boom. Now the success is just there. So I think we need to bring the dialog in via animation as well. So we can get rid of this now. So the same way we have a dialog fade out, we'll want a dialog fade in. We'll have a dialog fade dialog in. Okay, wait a second. We need to make sure we're looking at the right things here. We have 450. The problem is the dialogue doesn't... When it doesn't have anything on it yet, sliding it in is a bit pointless, right? The word success is the only thing that's going to be on there, unless we give it a color, and we might want to have to do. We might want to do that. In fact, let's give it a color right now. Just so if I say background yellow, right? Because then we can at least see it move. And instead of yellow, oh my god, I'm so bad with colors. We'll do it a darker gray. How about that? We do this. Not that dark. See? Right. And then we'll finish it. Okay, so now we can actually move and fade and blah, 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 right? But I'm tempted to pop it in, almost like the continue button, because success, we almost want to bring it in. We'll almost want to pop it in from the puzzle board, like, pew! Even though it's not actually centered. Or do we slide it in? But it feels, sliding in from the bottom feels weird. Unless we kind of agree that that's always where it comes from. Let's try it, right? So we'll fade it in from 0.3 to 1. And we'll slide it in from 52 to 0. For now, just, you know. And we'll just... Oh, no, not on finish. Close. No, no, no. So we do this. Oh. Did I... What happened? What happened? I think these two are potentially interacting, right? Dialog overlay. What if I do this? And then yeah, you see, I clicked and the dialog wasn't quite gone yet. In fact, we might have to... Okay, wait, this is completely broken at the moment. Translate Y. What if we go, instead of 52, we go like 1? I do this. Like, the thing needs to become interactive before it settles down. Or we reverse the tweening. Okay, it's on the fadey thing here. But it's, oh, because hold play. God damn it. Alright, here we go. Yeah, you see, I can't click it now. Why? Is it? I hope that's not gonna open a weird can of worms with lots of weird issues. And then now I didn't even pay attention. Oh. Yeah, so it slide in at all. Well, I say it all. Yeah, let me try a I'm bouncing all over the place, but like I'm not visually minded enough to anticipate what it looked like. I'm kind of a trial and error kind of guy, so I have to kind of try lots of things, and then eventually I'll see what feels good or what not. So if we slide the board in, and I'm calling it board slide in, but it's actually, that's not very meaningful. In and out is not super useful here. So, oh, slide in from off screen. Okay, puzzle down. So that's the one. So if we do in expo, right? And if I press this, it does that. So it's it's very unlikely to be stuck in a place where I can't interact with it. So by the time it sits there, it's not... The problem is sometimes when you do this, the last couple of frames on this kind of tweening are almost indistinguishable from it being finished. So it'll look like it's finished and the user wants to interact, but they can't. But if you invert the tweening, it starts out almost doing nothing, but then when it finishes quickly, right? And there's no, like, you're not going to try to interact with it while it's moving. So it naturally kind of is safe, right? We might have to kind of just speed everything up. Like 800 just might not be... So we're gonna just say duration equals 600, and then we'll just use it. I'll just do that actually. And it's all 600 for now. And maybe we ease them all out. So if we just in-expo them all, except the board slide-in. Okay. And then if I do out expo on this, change it to in expo, right? In expo, in expo, in expo, in expo. I forgot what these were. Boom. It feels snappy, right? And maybe instead of expo, we're gonna use in whatever the other one was, right? The one I just... In cubic. Oh, I called it ease. That's not right. Get rid of the... So if I say in cubic here, so board slide in, if we make it in cubic. And what was the one between cubic and the other one? Let's just... Ugh, don't close that one. Let's just close a couple of these. Can I close that one? Yeah. Can I close that one? Yeah. How do I capitalize the first letter? Alright. So this was cubic. Cubic. And the next one up is quartic. Then we have quintic. And then exponential is the most. So let's do quartic. He's in quart. And you know what? We might as well do quint while we're here. If I do this, give me the color. Give me the colors. Okay. So we'll do that. Business nothing. Replace all. We're gonna take that. We're gonna replace it with nothing. Replace all. All of duration we're gonna replace with ones. Amount of change we're gonna replace with ones. Initial value we're gonna replace with zeros. Boom. And all of elapsed we're gonna replace with p. Hey, I'm getting more efficient at these. Boom. Right. So plus 0 we can get rid of. Plus 0 we can get rid of. 0 we can get rid of. 0 we can get rid of. Plus 0 we can get rid of. That. 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 Alright. Can get rid of this and this. And then this is gonna be this. 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 Basically what I'm doing is I'm always running these functions from 0 to 1. So I never have to worry about that stuff, you know? And the stuff, by the stuff I mean the start and end and stuff. I'm doing that outside of the easing functions. So dividing it by 1 is unnecessary. Multiplying by 1 is also unnecessary. So that's this. And then these are unneeded, unnecessary as well. Especially one we need p. So it's p divided by 1, which you can get rid of, but we need to subtract the 1, and then in the end we subtract 1 again. And then we multiply by -1. Okay, I guess we'll need that. And I hope, because I don't understand some of these functions. I mean, you know, they're not crazy difficult. It's just I'm not spending any time doing it. I'm kind of just reusing that. It's just because I'm translating them to a slightly different format that I might be in trouble. So we'll divide it by a half. So we want to multiply it by 2. If that's smaller, then we'll do this. Else we'll do this. And this being 1/2, this is 1/2 times, or is it 1/2 times? I don't know. Maybe that's the same. Yeah. Ooh, delete the piece. We'll need them. Okay, we'll just need the 1 arrow over here. Come at the end. These are done. We don't need to do that here. Dividing by 1 doesn't help. Multiplying by 1 doesn't change anything. And then this is just P. Oh, done. Right, that's just P. P arrow 1 times, that's also no change. P divided 1, no change. -1 plus 1, that's a change. We're gonna keep that. But we don't need these all around that. And this is also P arrow. If we can get rid of, divided by half, it's multiplied by 2. If it's smaller than that, we have this. Else we have this. Yeah, I guess we need all that. And that's it. I think we can just punch them in here. So cubic, in out quad, quart, quint, quad. Do we have quad in here? Cubic, quartic. I think the in out quad is actually quart. Is that the same as quart? Times 2, smaller than 1, 0.5. Yeah, quad and quart. Alright, let's see if I'm... Oops. Are we using it? Not quad. No. So let's get rid of that then. Okay. And why did I do all of this? I think I wanted to try out different easing. So right now we're using cubic, I believe. No. This too. So board slide in is in cubic. How about if it's in quartic? And we gotta get rid of all the easing here. In. Oh. In quart. 600 milliseconds with a smoother thing might make more sense. You get a very similar effect, but you don't get those dead frames at the end. Yeah, and we'll do the same thing with the duration and so on down here as well while we're at it. And the duration is set here. I think this stuff, I think this we can just move down here. That. And then we'll do in expo in, nope, in quart. And I don't think it makes sense to then do out. I think the whole having it snappy at the end actually might be better. I mean, having something sort of settle in smoothly might feel nice, but might not be what we need here. So, start and finish. Okay, let us use duration from the variable. We have a little change up for that down here though. We might be able to just still use duration here. So I do this, boom, boom, boom. It snaps into place fairly quickly. Ah, but that works now actually. That's kind of what I wanted to look for. We'll do that. It feels weird though. It's like it's moving in from too far off. Maybe if we fade it in completely from 0, It's almost like a surprise, if you know. I don't know. Does that make sense? Oh, it popped into the smaller scale. Puzzle up. From to top. From to scale. Wait. From to scale. Because the from to scale thing... Oh, 0.5. Yeah, the from scale part, we need to... we'll need to figure out what we want to do with that. Yeah, I think we're gonna change this a little bit now. So if I just say to scale, or scale 2, like that, and we'll just have that, like that, and then we'll have a scale, or scale from, whatever. Wait, make sure I'm in the right place. Otherwise I'll look like an idiot. So on the correct dialog, scale from is that, right? So scale from goes here. Scale to right now is 0.5. And then get from to top. Get from top. Get from to top. Get from to top. From top is that. Port element style top. Top is all of that. Yeah, no, we gotta do that like that. Okay. But we can actually, we could just pull it apart, right? We could just say pop from, pop to that, like that. And then we don't need to do all of this stuff, right? So we can just say top from, top to. And that's the puzzle up. And it probably would be better if I do it on the puzzle down, because that's the one that's happening right away. And I don't have to bounce back and forth and test it. If we do this, right? This slide, and I'm aware that the title changes. That's what used to be hidden under the loading spinner. So we'll have to smoothen that out a little. So up from, top to, scale from, and then 0.5, right? And that's not working now because these are reversed, right? So we'll just reverse them here. And then they're reversed elsewhere. Where else are we using this? Hey guys, hey Poochie, welcome home. Hi. Ready with walkies? Oh, what you play with the frisbee and the ball or the ring? Which toys did you? Just the frisbees? Yellow and blue? 2 frisbees? I bet you were running and jumping a lot there. Sorry, Toby just got home. Alright, that's also my sign that I need to wind up soon. I am looking for where else I am using these. Because right now, okay, well, we can just do this and it'll give me an error. Wait, now it's working? No, wait, it's still board slide out. Board slide out. Board slide out. Wait. Am I still looking at the wrong thing? I am. How am I constantly looking at the wrong thing? So that'll break because at line 105 I'm doing something weird. Ah, okay. So from to scale 0. So that's scale from. Scale from. Forward slide in. No. 0.5. Right, and then it goes inverse. The whole playthrough. These are all the whole play ones, right? Puzzle down is inverted. Up from top 2. So that needs to go here, and that needs to go there. Okay. But now the other one is wrong. What the heck? It's sliding in at top 2. It's sliding in at the top. Wait a second. And then when I press this button, it's still reversed. It was not reversed. Alright. Alright. I'm just gonna output these. Before I'm going crazy. This is the sign for me to finish a stream, is when things aren't doing the thing. Alright. So they're definitely inverted right now. If I do this and name them like that. So from the large to the small. No, we want from the small to the large. So we want this, right? So we want from the small, from the small to the large. And top from top 2. Right? Now this scaly scale thing. Wait, scale from no. So this needs to be over here. This needs to be over there. And now it works. Now, okay. And then, so this isn't used at all anymore. Oh, alright. Do that. Now we do the same thing down here. Except here, we're gonna reverse it. Because on the end of the puzzle, we want to go from the lower to the higher. Oh, we're not going to reverse it here. We're going to reverse it here. So, scale from has already been declared, yada, yada, yada. All right, fair enough. You win. You win this one. Okay. All right, so from big to small. Yes. So top from, scale from top 2, scale 0.5. From to scale, yada yada. So we are using it somewhere exactly, and this should now be forward slide out. So it slides out in the small version. So top 2 is the small. Top 2. Maybe I should call it up down. It might make my life a bit easier. Okay, continue. Whoa, what was that? What was that? All right, next step. Yeah, there's a lot of cleaning up that needs to happen. But we get in there. We get in there. So, what are we holding? So these are starting. We probably wanna do that. And then all the hold play goes down. Dialogue, fade dialogue in. Now we're looking at the correct dialogue. We want to fade it in, yes. Forward slide out, we are holding. So everything we're holding goes to the bottom. Right. So we're zooming the title in, we're fading the dialogue in. And what are we holding? We're holding the board slide out. Right. And it's using from 0 to client width, yes. That's the thing. And when we're pressing the button, le bouton, what animation are we playing? Board slide out. This way. Yes, yes. Start that. And whoop. And then when we're pressing the button, weird stuff is happening. Okay. Yeah, next puzzle. Yeah, okay. I get that. Right. Need to reset. So, clear. Start. Yes. Clear. Yeah. So whatever is going on here, we are. How are we closing the dialogue? We are not. We're doing it here. So which board slide out is what's happening. So we kind of want to do on finish. And then this is basically we're done, right? Console.warn on finish. And we'll do this as well. So start, complete, press continue, and we get here. Now this mess here is what I'm curious about. What the hell is that even? Okay, dialogue. What the hell is this weird? I'm guessing the board is scaled badly. Yeah, scale 192. We're scaling by scaling top 2. What the frick? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. Scale 0.5. And continue. Whoop. Got a little error here. All right. Next puzzle, test 103. So, we're gonna do if next puzzle. Boom. Do we need a timeout at this point? No, we don't need a timeout anymore. We could just do it, right? And then we'll do else console.error last puzzle. Actually, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just go back to the group then. Else, I mean, part of what we want to eventually be able to do. So we'll just puzzle menu, group test, yada yada, right? So puzzle menu, group ID, and get rid of that. So if I click this, we'll start a puzzle. Is it just me? Does it take a while for the puzzle to come in? Maybe, not sure. 6. That was wrong. So once again, we're still having issues with the freaking animations. Of course we do. Board slide in happen at scale 0.5. Yeah, it immediately jumped to scale 0.5, and I think their problem is this thing and something else overlap. Not the zoom title. The puzzle up. The puzzle up and this, the board slide in overlap. So we actually want to do this one first. Do we do a frame on init on this actually? No, we don't. That's the problem, right? If we don't do a frame on init, it should work. And then, boom. A little bit of a flash. Oh, start puzzle. Maybe the start puzzle could literally be up over the puzzle as well. Like, maybe there could be just a big start button. Like, maybe if you hover over it, it just pops up a start button. I don't know. Wait, what? What just happened? Next puzzle undefined on finish. Next puzzle. Wait, what? This next puzzle up here in the dialogue is different than the other one. And that's a little concerning. Next include puzzle ID. Puzzle ID shouldn't have changed, right? So, start the puzzle. Oop. Alright, let's clear that. Continue. It works. Now it freaking works. I don't want you to now work. Alright, start. Party lines. Boom. Continue. This jumped over. Don't want that. Boom. Continue. So next puzzle, unfinished next puzzle is test 1-3. Priority switch. Start puzzle. Now I'm gonna clear that. That should be the last puzzle in the group. Right? Continue. So next puzzle is undefined here. Puzzle ID. Why is the puzzle ID 1-2? Isn't it 1-3? This puzzle ID... Did it get changed? No, this is a closure. Unfinished puzzle ID. Now, of course, I didn't output it here. Dialog button, puzzle ID. How would the puzzle ID get finished? Changed. Okay. Sorry. Finish. And continue. Puzzle ID test 1-3. Puzzle ID test 1-3. Now it works. Okay. Calm down. Calm down. So, clear this. I need to clean up the logs as well. What happened? Puzzle ID 1-2, next puzzle 1-3. Puzzle ID 1-2, next puzzle 1-3. Yada yada yada. Can probably stop doing that. Puzzle in H puzzle 3-2-2. Yeah, let's run 2 lines array. On a ham. 3-2-2 unload. Okay. Yeah, clear that. Start. That's the third one, right? And click. S13 undefined. What? How did it change from here to here? So, puzzle ID is a local variable here. We're in this closure the whole way through. There's no way to change the value of puzzle ID in here. Right? It's just a variable. In fact, it's not even freaking a variable, it's a constant. Show dialog correct only fires once, right? So show dialog correct. It fired twice. How does it fire twice? Is that why? Show dialog correct. How is it? Wait, show dialog correct is fired 3 times. Frick. Okay. Okay, handle key down, do press to after. No, these are all the same events though. Do we have multiple event handlers? In operation. Handle show dialogue. Handle show dialogue. Where is handle show dialogue being used? Handle show dialogue. Page puzzle on load. We're not removing these? So we're getting more and more of these? Okay. I guess we gotta be a little bit more careful about that. Is that the only thing? Maybe that's enough. It would explain it. It would explain it. So like each puzzle adds an extra event handler, and eventually it just gets. I don't know why it doesn't go bonkers on the second one. We might have to make this much smaller because right now I keep wanting to click it. Start puzzle. Boom. Continue. Yes. Now I don't like having to press continue. Yeah. Okay, this is not too bad. This is not. We've definitely made progress. Let's clean up this a little bit. Handle show dialogue. What do we do? What else do we have? Okay, so now we don't actually need this at all. Or that. We'll just run the animation. And then in the animation, we'll just do this for now. We'll just do show anim on finish. Shoot. I should have not done that right away. Noisy. Handle pop state, like I think we can just find some of these. Handle pop state. That just happens every time we change pages, right? Go dialog start. Go dialog start. Post load arc. Page puzzle on post load. Load on this, yada yada. And on load. 8. Load. That. Start puzzle. The title we might even not need to zoom in and out and all that. The time. I mean, it's showing here. Maybe you can just bring it down there. All right. And boom. Okay. All right, so there's a bit of flashing happening, right? So from here, it flashes the puzzle and goes there. And it's due to the delay. Let's get rid of the page unload. So page unlog. Oh, I thought I had time while you're cooking. Sorry. I know, but like I was literally. Oh, I have an hour now, so I'm gonna wind up quickly. All right. I was hoping to actually finish pushing this into the code, but I can do that tomorrow. It's better if I do it not rushing. Load, we can probably hide that as well. Load on code. Right. So start puzzle. Boom. Yes. Continue. Start puzzle. Yeah. This dialogue we don't want to slide in, right? Start puzzle. Can we make that even faster? I think we can. Half a second? Half a second I think is fast enough. It's just enough time to actually see it. But not so much time that you have to kind of wait for it, you know what I mean? Do this. Do this. Then continue. I'll do that. Now the continue animation, the board slide out feels pretty quick. The button probably waits too long. So we'll probably say duration times 0.8. Then we'll just duration times 0.8 times 2. And then duration times 0.8 times 3, something like that. How about that? Or we'll do 1.8, 2.8. So it doesn't kind of maybe even 0.7. I think the first one is too quick. Yeah, the first one we want to wait until everything is visible. So we probably want to wait a full duration of 1. Alright. The button can pop in a little earlier. And the second item can wait a little bit longer. Something like that. I mean, that's a bunch of fine-tuning, twiddling. And we'll probably need a setting to overall just have faster animations. Because to some people, it'll be super distracting. Now here, I almost expect the puzzle to just start. So I'm wondering if the start either should be an overlay. And maybe the puzzle should actually still be smaller as well. So, for example, if we go to... Can we do this up here? So if I have scale from... And then we'll have scale to 0.5. And then replace all the 0.5s with this. And I just told Greta that I would finish soon. And now I'm doing this. I need to actually stop it. Alright, last thing. This is the last thing we'll do. Scale from. We'll do a scale to. We have a variable we can actually manipulate and change. Scale to. I think that's pretty much the only place we're using it, right? Ah, no. In the actual scaler here. And oh no, wait. That was top from. Ah, no, makes sense. I'll do the same thing here. There'll be a 0.5 somewhere. Where is it? Scale. Board, slide out. Board, fade dialog in, puzzle up. Not here. I need to so name all of these. This one. No, this we don't need. This one is called block. Right. Block slide out. Slide block out. No. Yeah, we'll probably want to move these around. And this one is our time in. And this one is button in. Oh no, your time in. Yeah, this is not the clock. That's not the clock. That's the elements in the dialogue. Okay. Yeah. The reason we did this is I want to see what it looks like with a different scale. If we do this. Boom. Thing is, the height is not adjusted accordingly. Did we hard code the height in here? is scale to 4, 5. This I think stays the same scale. That actually goes underneath now. Yes, it's the same thing, right? Scale from, scale to, from to. These are swapped. That's the point. And then we'll just have to adjust this to be whatever, 48, 38. Yeah. Then it goes here. And here. Ta-da. Alright, that's it. Normally I'll have a puzzle at this point, but I am late. That's it for today. Yeah, I'm actually happy. These animations are slowly coming together, but I think this kind of polish makes a huge difference, and you know, it just takes some time. You gotta do it. And I don't have a staff of animators and artists to sort it out for me. So with that, I'll wish you a good day, good evening, and a good end to your weekend. Hopefully the next week will start nicely for you. In the meantime, thanks for hanging out. Take care.